What's up, YouTube? It's Tonight Saint here, back with another video, and this video is going to be about shadow work and why you should do it first, what it is, how to do it, right? I believe that shadow work is very important. I believe that really should be the first thing you should do. It's getting to know yourself and really starting to heal yourself and going through your traumas and things like that. Because literally, I think that without healing any of the things like inside yourself, like I said, it's going to warp your perspective, and like I said, this is going to cause a lot of more problems that you really need. I think doing shadow work and healing yourself is like the first step to really knowing yourself, but also really stepping into free will. I'm going to talk about free will for 2 seconds and how I deem and what I believe free will to really be. I believe that free will don't exist for like the average everyday person, right? Because let's think about it. Through life, of course, your subconscious brain, we all operating out of old belief systems that, let's say, somebody put inside our head, whether it's positive or negative. It's like you're doing something because somebody told you to. You doing it because it's a pattern in your brain, or it's trauma linked to it, and like I said, it's just ingrained so deeply in your subconscious. So you just really operating out of, excuse me, old belief systems and old ideas. And it's sort of like in the Matrix when the Oracle told Neo, like, he's not here to make a decision. You're here to understand why you made a decision. A lot of people are operating out of old belief systems that are really choosing decisions for them. That's not theirs. So essentially, when you gain free will and when you start to know yourself and you really start to heal yourself and you are operating really from yourself, you start to really experience what free will is, right? I think that's one thing I've grown to understand, is that as my consciousness grew and my awareness grew, I'm like, damn, bro. In my life, let's say I got a goal for something. This goal was never my original goal, but I have my intention for this goal is now to, let's say, I don't know, let's say make money doing what I love. Let's say make money on YouTube. I'm not doing that yet, but that's my goal. That's my end goal. That's one of my end goals, and subconsciously is I'm trying to get it more ingrained in my head. So that's what my life is shaping to, and that's the direction that it's going to. So in my life, it's going to be decisions in my life that's going to go after this goal. And in that regard, I believe that that's where I'm exercising my will to the fullest of this degree, because originally I wasn't going to be this. When I was younger, I was just going to go to college, go to school, and just, I don't know what I was going to do, really. I think I said I was going to be a psychiatrist. I mean, I could still do that, but that was never like my original goal. That's because I felt like that was somebody else's dream and goal that I was just trying to make sure that I did because of, let's say, what I believe. But after I started to grow consciously and just in awareness, I'm like, damn, I don't want to do that. At least not right now. And I want to do this. In a sense, I'm gaining free will over my own destiny. I'm like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. And a whole lot of decisions and possible outcomes is going to be on that road to that goal. So that's where I believe that free will really plays a point in, is that when you start to really gain consciousness and gain awareness, free will is if you decide to do something, you change your own mind about something, and you chose and decided to go with one way or one thing about a goal. That's really what I think free will is. So shadow work. I believe that shadow work is something that people should always do first, right? Because let's be honest, people are operating on these negative head spaces, and growing spiritually, you always gonna be challenged. You're gonna be brought back to things that you haven't learned your lesson from. And a lot of these lessons you have already learned in life, but of course it's so in the background of your life that you never really focus on. So that's where shadow work is gonna take you, right? Shadow work will help you work through a lot of your trauma. I know it has helped me tremendously work through a lot of my trauma just with journaling. Either just, just reliving it and really just accepting it. I think that when people say, like, sometimes you can't change what happened in the past, but you gotta learn how to put a different energy around it. Let's say you dealt with a messed up situation and you think about, like, literally, the sad part about trauma is something that I haven't noticed with other people, is that when people go through trauma, they just relive it. They relive it every day. It's been times when I was younger where I'm like, damn, why I'm just constantly in these ruts, and I'm like, I'm upset, I'm mad, I'm just overall just not feeling good. Like, it's becoming too much of a pattern for me to be upset and just frustrated for no reason. Just not for no reason, but for things that happened years ago. And shadow work will help you break out this pattern of constantly always being in these upset head spaces. Like, there's been times I remember myself just crying at work or just being extremely frustrated because of just my terrible upbringing that I wasn't constantly aware of growing up. And I'm like, damn, like this shit still got an impact over me, and that was 10 years ago. And like I said, you just gotta make a conscious decision, like, okay, well, I'm gonna work on that, I'm gonna heal myself. And like I said, and that type of stuff take time, if I'm being honest. Like I said, I'm still working on myself. Now, I think that I conquered a lot of my shadow. And like, the thing about it, the work never gets done. It's always gonna be work to do, and that's what you gotta do. I mean, shit. It's the spiritual path, you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, the shadow work. You never really get done with it. It's always something in your subconscious. And the crazy thing is, one of my teachers said was that the thing about your shadow is not always negative things inside your shadow. It could be positive things inside your shadow. Like, take, for example, I love music. I think that in my past life or something, I was a musician. That's what I really think. Because for some reason, I still gotta, like, I be listening to music, and for some reason, I just be hearing things in the background of the music. I don't know what they is, but I don't know. It's just something that intrigues me about music. But the thing about music is never something I was never really, like, acquainted with a lot. At least in my life. Like I said, I like listening to music. I used to play the violin in middle school, but like, it's something like with music that's always been attracted to me. But I just feel like maybe it's my own belief. Like, I'm like, damn, I can't like be doing music, just because I think that everybody do music in a way. And I mean, I get it, but like I said, it's just some own personal beliefs I'm working on. But music is something that's always like been in my life, in the shadows, like in the background, even though I have been in it. Like, even now, like, I be dancing around, like, on some real shit, I just be dancing around. People like, dog, what's your issue? The thing about me, I play around too much. Like, the thing about me is, I'm very naturally energetic. Like, I literally, like, if I was, like, to really focus in on, like, something that I be doing, I think I'd be extremely well with. But the thing about me is, I think in my own head, I got a core belief of, like, damn, I can't do it. Or, like I said, I'd be terrible at it. I don't know. Like I said, I self-sabotage it. Like, that's a shadow work thing I be working on. Is that I'm just naturally, anything I'm good at a lot of things. Like, I'm not good, I'm average at a lot of things. But these average things is that things that I purposely hold myself back on. I don't know why I do. I've been doing that since I've been young. And I think that just deal with just always trying to shun yourself and really trying to dim yourself down. Like I said, I'm just very naturally just a vibrant person. I'm trying to put that more vibrancy inside my videos now. Just trying to show more of my personality. But like, my personality be on full showcase at like work and stuff. Like, when I like just be around people I really care about, my full personality just come out, and I'm just a really cool ass nigga. Excuse my language, but that's really why I be. But that's, in that sense, the shadow was that good aspect of me, like that, like music, or a shadow aspect. Let's say another shadow aspect of me is like that. I seek power, right? I have a natural interest. Like, I think nobody want to be weak. Let's be honest. Nobody wants to be weak. I wouldn't want to get power in a very physical way. I think I want mental power. Just because you just want to be able to navigate your environment. You want to navigate your environment efficiently, not like sufficiently. Like it's just enough. I want to do it well enough, and in a way, like not idolize, but you just want power. You want to move around. You just want to be, like what they say, every man want to be the man. Like, everybody wants to be that one, the center of attention, the more powerful, want to be the leader. Growing up, I was never the leader. I didn't want to be the leader. And I believe that now my mind has changed, and I'm like, I want to be I've been put in too many leadership roles, and in many ways, I'm too courteous of people that I need to be a leader. And with me being a leader, my seeking of power has grown like immensely. Like, I want power, and it's like, in many ways, that's like a shadow aspect of me I never realized that I had, because it wasn't never on the surface. I never just was outright trying to get power. It's just like I'm gaining it now, and I'm like, my awareness is growing now, and I'm like, damn, like I really do like have I have a urge and I have a desire to gain like power. And it's not like a petty form of power. It's like to really be able to, like, power in many ways, to really express my will. in whatever I desire it to be. Of course, not, you know, going past any boundaries, but just that's just how I think. So, shadow work, I think ways that people can do shadow work, really just being creative, right? I think that sometimes people overcomplicate things. I know I have. Like I said, I'm prone to overcomplicating things a lot as well. Is that sometimes just really just writing about how you feel, literally. Writing about how you feel, burning the letter up, writing somebody a letter that you love, or like I said, to somebody that hurts you, burn it up. Making a song about somebody. I mean, I did that before. Just thinking about things and really just sitting back and like, damn. Forgiveness. I think that's one way that you can really relieve some of that pain is forgiveness. Like I said, that's another whole subject that I believe people should really type into more. Having compassion for people. Really starting to look at things from a higher perspective. Like I said, when I started to really get into philosophy, that's when my mind's starting to change on things. I'm like, damn, like, life is fickle. It's like, why am I so mad about this stuff? It's like, why am I being so petty and childish and emotional about things? And life is life. Like, it's life. If you're not living, I'm not saying you gotta live life through your emotions, but life is gonna pull something out of you. Life is gonna pull your emotions out of you, and that's just, it is what it is. If you're not feeling life, then I don't believe that you're alive. If you're not going through the emotions of life, then I don't believe you are living. Like I said, you can't convince me that you're living, that you are living. I think you lying. I think you just really going through just faking it, right? And it's just some people that, like, I get it. Life is hard, but people be numbing themselves to things purposely, and I get why they do it. Just because I aim to have compassion. That's one thing I'm growing to learn as in my leadership journey as well. That you gotta learn how to have compassion, but people just be kidding themselves. I think that's a fact. But like I said, I think I have to be going on tangents. But yeah, shadow work. What's another thing that people can do? Like I said, just drawing. You gotta find a way to transmute that pain, literally. Like, cause that type of shit will kill you. It'll make you sick, and it'll make you really not want to live no more. By just keeping it in. Like, one thing about growing spiritually is that you can't operate out the same thing. You cannot operate the same way that you were when you were, let's say, quote unquote, unconscious, or you would sleep, right? Like, I can't let stuff slide like I used to. Like, I'm becoming more irritable, and not irritable in a unjust way. You becoming irritable because it seems like people are like playing with you. You got more self-respect for yourself. You got more self-love for yourself. So it's like you're willing to stand up for yourself, and you're not gonna take anybody's, BS or nonsense. And it's like, that's really where my irritableness went. Like, I was usually, I'm very stoic now, but like back then I was stoic. I'm like, I just don't care. I was very just numb to a lot of it. I didn't mind everything. Like I said, if it wasn't bothering me, it wasn't bothering me. But just the way people play games is like, bro, like, really, are you serious? And some things, like I said, some things just must be said. Some things you can just let slide. But a lot of things, like I said, I ain't gonna lie, I can't let slide no more. And not let slide, and I'm not saying I'm getting physical, just being real. Like, sometimes people just try to play on them, this is not acceptable. So yeah, if y'all like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Thank you.